So, we are going to discuss from Ramayan. This Ramayan is my favorite topic among all the Vedic scriptures. So, I am always excited to speak about Ramayan. So, Ram's, if you see, among all the avatars, Ram and Krishna, they are very special. And in fact, I always say we should follow Krishna's instructions and Ram's example. Because Ram is a Maryada Purushottam. He doesn't go beyond Maryada. So in one place, one of the sessions, I was asking, who is more merciful, Ram or Krishna? What is your answer? Krishna? Rama? One devotee said Ram is more merciful. I asked him why. He said, for Ram, on Ram Navami, on Ram's appearance day, we fast till afternoon. Krishna is till midnight. Too much Krishna. Ram is more merciful. So, anyway, we'll see more very interesting factors. Okay, before this, I would like to ask you, Ramayana has how many kandas? How many sections? 7 kandas. Who can say all the kandas in order? Without in disorder, who can say? All the name, just naming the 7 kandas. Balakanda 1, Aranya Kanda 2, Kishkinda Kanda, Sundara Kanda, Karma Kanda, Ayodhya Kanda, Uttara Kanda, one more, Yuddha Kanda. So, what is order? How many chapters are there? How many shlokas are there? Everything I have put it here. Balakanda has 77 chapters. First is Balakanda, second is Ayodhya Kanda, third is Aranya Kanda. Balakanda has 77 chapters, 2256 shlokas. Ayodhya Kanda, 119 chapters, 4000 change shlokas. Aranya Kanda, 75 chapters. After that, Kishkinda Kanda, 67 chapters. Then Sundara Kanda, 68 chapters. Then Yuddha Kanda, 131 chapters. At last, Uttarakanda, 110 chapters. So now, when today's Madhvacharya's disappearance, Tirobhav Mahotsav, and Madhvacharya has given actually characterized how we can understand scriptures, which I will tell you. Before that, scriptures can be categorized into 4 ways. You take any scriptures, it can be categorized in 4 types. Number 1 is called Kavya. Number 2, it is called Shastra. And number 3, Shastra Kavya. And number 4, Kavya Shastra. Now I will explain what all these 4. Then you should give me example which scripture belongs to which category. Okay. What is Kavya? Kavya is poetry, and Kavya is filled with emotions. Rasa, full of rasa, full of emotions. So there is no logical things. And Shastra is full of logic. Philosophy. Basically, Shastra is full of philosophy. Kavya is full of Rasa Shastra. Rasa, basically Rasa. And Shastra is full of philosophy, with logic, with reasoning, everything. And there is Shastra Kavya. It is a Shastra, but it is spoken in the form of Kavya. Actually, it is a philosophy, but it is spoken in the form of Kavya. And there is Kavya Shastra. It is Kavya, but it's spoken in the form of Shastra. Okay? Shastra Kavya, Shastra is prominent, but it is in the form of Kavya, or touch with. There is Kavya touch also. In Kavya Shastra, Kavya is predominant, and there is philosophy also in that. Kavya is predominant. Now, can you give example for Kavya? Pure rasa, pure emotions. No. It is just one bhajan. Damodar Lila is one particular bhajan it was sung. In school colleges we have studied this. If you have taken literature or in language, it is in Kannada, it is first written in Sanskrit, then it is in Kannada. If you have studied first language, definitely you would have studied this Kavya. Abhignana Shakuntala. You have not heard? No? So this is Kavya. And any example for Shastra? Pure philosophy. Huh? Yes. Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, they are all full of philosophy. There is no rasa in that. There is no emotions in that. Direct philosophy. All Upanishad, Vedas, they come under the category of Shastra. Shastra Kavya? Yes, Puranas. So, like Bhagavatam, it is Shastra Kavya. It is in the form of Kavya, but it is mainly Shastra. An example for Kavya Shastra? Ramayan and Mahabharata. They are in the form of, they are actually mainly Kavya, but there is a lot of Shastra also we can learn. So Kavya, Abhignana Shakuntala, and there are some other Kavyas also, Shastra, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, Shastra Kavya, Srimad Bhagavatam, and Kavya Shastra is Ramayana. No, it is not Kavya, it is pure Upanishad, no, direct. Valmiki says, Vedas pracheta sadasit sakshat Ramayana atmanaha. When Lord Ram came to this earth, then Veda came as Ramayana. So it is very important subject to know. That is why in the childhood, children should be taught Ramayana and Mahabharata. And once they grow, when they come to teenage, after 19 years, 20 years, when they become very matured, then Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam are introduced. First, this is a subject in the childhood. Means the essence of Vedas is also Ramayana. And why it is the differentiation is made? Because Shastra is for intellect and Kavya is for heart. Shastra, Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamajate Purnasya Purnamada Purnameva Avashishyate Brahma Padam Brahma Brahmanga Brahmana Brahma Yatena Brahma Karma Samadhina. What you heard? Brum 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 Brum. This is pure Shastra. So most of us, and if you try to understand the ratio, how many intellectuals are there in this world? Very few, like hardly 5% intellectuals are there. And for them, this Kavya and all doesn't touch them. That is why for them Shastra, logical is there. A lot of logic is required. Like if in the Shastra, if you see Vedanta Sutra, among the Prasthanatraya, Vedanta Sutra also comes. In the Vedanta Sutra, there is only one sutras, like E is equal to MC square. And intellectuals, wow, their hair stand. So for us, this when Newton was sleeping, lying down, apple fell on him. Immediately, he was intellectual, na? What happened? He started thinking how something can fall from top. There is something pulling. What is that pulling? And the entire revolution he created. Just imagine if it would have fallen on us. We would have taken it and gone home. And many people, they curse Newton. When Newton was sleeping, apple fell on him. Apple tree should have fallen on him. Otherwise, the entire physics, all this thing, Janjat was not there. So, Shastra is for intellectuals. So, very difficult to understand and digest Shastra. And there is a lot of dryness also. If you read Ishopanishad and all, you cannot relish. I took Ishopanishad. for Bhakti Shastri course in Bangalore. So I made it more interesting. I taught all this Purnamada Purnamidam Shloka with the concept of mathematics, infinity. Through mathematics, I taught this entire Purnamada Shloka. Otherwise, very difficult to understand that subject. So that is more intellectual. And Kavya is for heart. Kavya is filled with emotions. So that is why, so this Haribol Kushal Prabhu. So this Ramayan is spoken in the form of Shastra, in the form of Kavya. So that Kavya Shastra, it can touch people's heart. That is why Ramayan, Mahabharata, it touches every individual's heart because it is in the form of Kavya. It is not only just dry philosophy. So that is the point. So this is what Madhvacharya explains. We can understand any scripture in 3 levels. So very important point here. So any scripture could be understood in 3 levels. Number 1, this Madhvacharya has spoken this. Historical. So this happened at one point in time. Historical understanding, philosophical understanding, and psychological understanding. So historically, this has happened, and there is a lot of philosophical understanding and a lot of psychological understanding also. Oh, now already next 30-40 minutes, so we'll try to understand Ramayan with all these 3 levels. We'll try to understand, and more focused on psychology. A quiz. There are famous brothers in Ramayan. So who are 2 famous brothers? Wrong. Wrong. Famous 2 brothers. Ravana Kumbhakarna are not 2 brothers. They are 4. Vali Sugriva. Right. Famous 2 brothers are Vali Sugriva. Who are famous 3 brothers? Yes. Famous 3 brothers, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Vibhishana. Who are famous 4 brothers? Vareva. Very intellectual people. Now today we are going to discuss about the famous 2 brothers and a beautiful lesson from that. The story of famous 2 brothers, Vali and Sugriva. This is a very classic, at the same time tragic story, which says how the best of 2 friends became the worst of enemies. In life, this is what happens. You see how it happens. In this world, the most important thing is love. What is love? People think love means noun. Love is not noun. Love is a verb. Love means action. Husband comes from office in the evening. Wife says, "Oh, Pati Dev, I love you. Honey, I love you." She says. Husband says, "I love you too. I'm hungry. Can you give something?" "Oh, forget all those things. I just love you." "Hungry, bhook lag raha hai, please give me something." Again, always you keep on asking something. "I love you." Is this love? Before husband comes, she should know what husband likes and everything should be prepared. That is love. So many people have this wrong understanding about love. Love means they think that it is a noun, but it is not noun. It is a verb. It is action oriented. So in that, especially relationship is most important. Now, many of you want to do business, some of you want to work and earn. Now I have an offer. I am going to give you an offer. If somebody is interested, please let me know. The offer is every month salary 2 crores. Ready? Okay, one person. Anybody else?
I want to hear, for signing the deal, I want to hear
full offer, na? Yeah. Then immediately you raise your hand. So you will get 2 crores every month, and you are going to get a bungalow, big bungalow which has got 25 rooms. So you don't. The only condition is you cannot come out of the bungalow for the rest of your life. And you'll get food 5 times in a day. And whatever food you like, every day, rasmalai, pizza, that. So I generally tell, pizza, pasta, narakka, rasta. It's all junk food, na? So whatever you want, snacks, everything you'll get, but only one condition. You cannot come out of the bungalow, that's all. Nobody wants. Why? Because we are social animals. We need to at least talk to at least one person. You can tell, I'll sign the deal, at least allow one person no inside. Then I can be happy. No. So because relationship is very, very important. Many suicides, if you see many suicides in this world, not because of lack of food or lack of money. It is because mainly 90% of suicide is because of heartbreaks. Have you ever seen any suicide happening in your life? Generally, people who commit suicide, they keep the suicide note also. Have you ever seen any suicide note? In many, I think, engineering colleges, IITs, every year there is 1 or 2 suicides. So, according to the statistics, in the entire world, there are almost like 1.5 million people commit suicide. So, by the time we started our talk, 20 minutes, already some 10 people have already committed suicide. Every 40 seconds, one commit suicide. And it's interesting, at least you have seen in movies or somewhere, like people commit, they keep the note also. Have you ever seen or heard a suicide note saying that I was studying well, but hostel mein, I used to stay in the hostel में आज चपाती नहीं मिला, मैं इसलिए मैं सुसाइड कर रहा हूँ. Another suicide note, chapati mila, magar sabji nahi mila. You don't see such notes. You don't see, and even animals don't commit suicide. Have you seen any animal committing suicide? Any monkey going on the top of the building, walking on the compound, taking one rose, she loves me not, she loves me. And have you seen that? So what is most important is the relationship. So our spiritual relationship with God also depends on our relationship with individual. Many people do not know. They think, oh, I will go and do great bhajan, great service to the Lord. But if you don't have a proper individual relationship, see, if you can't have a relationship with 10 people here, what will you do going to Vaikuntha, spiritual world? What will you do? So there also they're full of people only. It is not that Krishna will give you, oh, aage aap, this entire loka for you, you enjoy. Not like that. You need to again there serve. So this is a story about great Vali and Sugriva. And Vali and Sugriva belongs to the species called Vanaras. They are who are Vanaras? Have you information you have about Vanaras? They are actually not where they are very special souls. They are celestial apes, extremely powerful than humans. As per hierarchy, Vanaras are greater than human beings. Generally we say monkey, not monkeys. They are very celestial apes actually. According to hierarchy, they are much educated, they are well mannered. So etymologically, there are 3 meanings for Vanara. First is Va-nara, because they look like man. Is it a man? Vana plus Nara, one who belongs to the forest. And Vana plus Nara, a forest man. So there are different understandings about etymologically. So this is a story, our real story starts now. So there was a Mayavi demon, he comes outside the Kishkinda, where Vali and Sugriva, they were brothers, but they were the best friends of their life. So they were inside, and this Mayavi demon comes outside. Now you can see me. Now the PPT will come little later. So this Mayavi demon comes in front of the Kishkinda, and he starts screaming, "Hey Vali!" Because Vali was the most powerful king at that time, in his time. Ravana would feel fearful in front of Vali. So this Mayavi demon came and he said, "Hey Vali, you think you are so great? Come out. I will show how powerful I am, and I will send you to the abode of death. Come on!" He screams. And for Kshatriyas, if somebody challenges, they also feel, they like it actually. Just somebody comes and just simply fights, no, they may not like it. Somebody should challenge them. Right? For us also, whenever we go for college, so college preaching, some IITs, NS, many colleges, they ask, some students ask very crazy questions. And one time for me it happened, what was the question? One boy asked the question and all the audience students, they clapped. He thought I finished the speaker. What was the question he asked? I think I was talking about does God exist? About the existence, so I was proving with so many examples, so many proofs. So he was asking something. So then I answered. After my answer, again everybody clapped more. So that's what people generally try to. One person was asking, can God write a square circle? These are the people are so crazy. Can God write a square circle? Then I said, he can write, but you can't understand it. So this Mayavi demon comes and he challenges, hey Vali, come! So then Vali immediately gets up. He sees Sugriva. Somebody is calling, I will show my power and come back. And Vali's wife was very intellectual, very intelligent. So she says, Patidev, just wait. In the entire world, everyone knows about your prowess. Now, if somebody is coming and calling means, I feel there is a hitch. There is some gimmick. There is some trick. I said, what are you saying? Nobody can do anything for me. Whoever it is, I will send them to the board of death. You wait. Then Vali comes with a gada. And Sugriva says, Bhaiya, I will also come with you. No. Then Vali starts running. And this Mayavi demon, he was standing and he was screaming at the top of his voice. When he sees Vali, immediately starts running. And Vali starts running behind him. Sugriva starts running behind Vali. What will happen to my brother? And this person, Vali, this Mayavi demon runs. And finally goes inside one cave. Big mountain, and there was one cave, very deep cave. Generally nobody goes there because it is very deep. So this Mayavi demon goes inside and Vali stops there and Sugriva stops there. Sugriva tells Vali, Bhaiya, there is some problem. He says, don't worry, I will go inside, I will kill him. You just wait here for me. And he goes inside. No, I will also come with you for help. Hey, do you think I am not powerful? I myself am alone to kill this person. Vali goes inside. Sugriva is waiting outside. He waits for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. No sign of, no sound, nothing. And 1 day passed by, 3 days passed by, 4 days passed by, and Sugriva himself just standing waiting only is getting tired. And inside Vali has gone, and this Mayavi demon, he can do any Maya, and he can be satisfied. But Vali is becoming weaker. After 6-7 days, suddenly Sugriva hears a loud voice of Vali. And Sugriva understands that there is a problem. Vali has been hit heavily. And after some time he sees from the entrance of the cave, there was a gush of blood flowing outside. Sugriva understands now Vali is no more. And he feels very pained. And now he thinks, now if my demon can kill Vali, he can kill me, he can destroy entire Kishkinda. Now I should do something. What I should do? Then he sees there is a big cave, this mountain below the mountain, and this is the pathway, right? If I close this pathway, I think something can be worked out. Anyway, they may take time, my Mayavi demon, to come. So he sees and he takes a big crag of mountain and covers the entrance. He puts so many other big cracks of mountain so that he should not come out. And with a heavy heart, with a lot of pain in the heart, he comes back to Kishkinda. And all the ministers, wives, everybody asks, what happened? What happened? And he explains the entire story. And everybody feels morose. They say, what to do now? And all are in depression. Sugriva is also in depression. When you are in depression, you can't do anything. You're just silent sitting in one place. Then all the ministers, they come together, they have a meeting and they say, it's high time that our Kishkinda should have a king. So they ask Sugriva, Sugriva ji, you should become a king, take over the throne. Otherwise, anytime enemies can attack, then we will not have a leadership. So we need a leader. So you are after Vali, you are the best person. So you please. He says, no, I am not interested. No, you should become a king. And finally, they enthrone him, and Sugriva sits on the Vyasasan and is running the assembly. Many days pass by, and suddenly, to the surprise of everyone in the assembly, at the entrance comes Vali. So Vali comes. Okay. So Vali comes and he is standing at the door and he sees Sugriva, and Sugriva is sitting on the throne enjoying being the king. And from the door he says, Sugriva, what are you doing? You think you are the king? You betrayed me. I told you to wait outside. But what did you do? You never listened to me. I know you are just waiting for this opportunity to sit on the throne. And he directly comes running and he kicks on the chest of Sugriva. Sugriva just falls. And he says, Bhaiya, Bhaiya, please wait. Oh, don't talk further. Don't talk. He's not allowing to talk. He says, no, I want to tell you, I want to explain. No, I don't want to hear anything from you. I want to kill you right now. But because you are my brother, I will give you one last opportunity. Run away from here. If I see you, I will tear your chest and drink your blood. Just get lost. He says, Bhaiya, I want to say something. No. And he kicks on him, beats on him. He says, if I see you again, that will be the time, that will be the moment of your death. Just go away. Sugriva comes out. And Vali doesn't allow anybody to speak. Now, Vali sits on the throne. This is a story. Now we have to analyze, full of analysis now. Small story, but a lot of analysis can be done. Now, what Sugriva did, is it wrong or right? Right? But what Vali had told Sugriva, until I come, you stay here. So, Vali was right or wrong? On his part, he was right. And Sugriva, on his part, he was right.
Why is it wrong?
Who? Vali is wrong?
You don't know the future,
but Sugriva knew the strength of Vali. He should have waited. He saw the blood. Did he confirm whether the blood was Vali's or not? It could have been Maya demons.
He would have gone inside.
Whatever he could have done, at least waited, done something. Now Sugriva is also right. Vali is also right.
You heard the voice of it.
Huh? Yeah, while beating you have to scream to get the power. Then only you beat. You don't beat like that. You don't beat like that. So, our entire in life, generally what we think, two people cannot be right. If one person is right, another person has to be wrong. That is what we feel. Now, is Sugriva is right, Vali is also right. Is it logical? It is not logical, but it is psychological. Sugriva is right, Vali is also right. Is it not? It is not logical, but it is psychological. We need to understand in life, two people can be right because two people's nature is different. We fight for I am right. That is a problem. Vali is a classic example of judgment without understanding. Most of the time in our life, this is what we also do. What do? We judge people, we judge the situation without understanding properly. So let us analyze how these best friends ended up becoming the worst of enemies. I say all of us have this special disease. We all have this disease called I am right disease. It is actually a disease, worse than other diseases. Because when you have this disease, people cannot stay with you. People will run away. Why? Because I am right, I am right, I am right. Everything should happen according to me because I am right. And you are the only person who is thinking you are right, but everybody else knows that you are wrong. So that's why you need to be careful about this disease. When it comes to our mistake, we are very good liars. We argue. When it comes to others' mistake, we become very good judges. For ourselves, we are very good lawyers. For others, we become judges. Sometimes we form our opinions in a fraction of second and abandon others' opinions the rest of our life. Very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. We see one particular situation and we judge the person and we reject him. So that is not correct. Very important point. You can take back this home. Therefore, it is better to admit that I am wrong and actually be right rather than insisting I am right and actually be wrong. Very important point. Please repeat after me. It is better to admit that I am wrong and actually be right rather than insisting I am right and actually be wrong. Very, very important. If you can learn this lesson and implement in life, most of the problems in our life can be solved. So from scriptures we understand there are three modes of nature, right? What are the three modes of nature? Sattva, Raja and Tama. So what are the characteristics of a person in Tamoguna? Nidra, Alasya, Pramad. And what is the characteristic of person in Rajoguna? Passion, attachment, all lust and everything. You know what is a person? So person in mode of ignorance is attached to Nidra, Alasya, laziness. And person in passion is attached to control, power, attachment, all these things. And a person in mode of goodness is attached to his opinions. This is very subtle. Everybody thinks Prabhuji is a very good sattva guna person, but he is very much attached to his opinions. Sometimes we need to keep opinion also. Others, we should take others' opinion also. That is a point. If you analyze Vali and Sugriva, Vali was not an ordinary person. Vali was not a demon. He was a great devotee and he was expansion of Indra. All of you know this, I think. Sugriva is expansion of Surya. Now, not to pass judgment about anybody immediately. Case study. So, if somebody is sleeping, now you have to come for morning program. If somebody is not woken up till 6 o'clock, 6:30, what do you feel? अरे कितना बार बोला है मंगलारती को आना है. What is this person sleeping till 6:30, 7 o'clock? What happens in our mind? This person is lazy. He will never improve in his life. फालतू आदमी है. This is what happens, na? But sometimes you sleep till 6:30. And when somebody comes and asks, Prabhuji, why you didn't come? Prabhu, I was tired. And you never thought that person could have been tired also, na? Whole day, last night, what all he has done, we don't know. Just because today morning he didn't get up, what we say? He is lazy person, faltu, no seriousness in his life. But when I don't get up for the morning program, what I say? Prabhuji, I was tired. What is happening here? For others, we are becoming judges immediately. For ourselves, we are actually giving reasons. Right? And sometimes we see somebody's plate, they put so much rice, puri, and we are observing 4 puri he ate, 8 puris he ate. Right? So much of palau, so much of sweet rice. See, in the mind, what is happening? कितना ज़्यादा खाता है? एक glutton है. Glutton, too much. This is overeating. And when sometimes we overeat, Prabhu is hungry. When I overeat, I am hungry. When other overeat, you don't think. We don't know whether he had breakfast, lunch, whether you could have been busy. And he was literally very hungry. So he ate. We never think like that. We immediately judge. If somebody oversleeps, he is lazy, and we say he's from family of Kumbhakaran. All this. When I oversleep, I was tired. Others eat overeating. When I eat, I was hungry. So it is the same situation. We give ourselves benefit of doubt, and we don't give benefit of doubt to others, but we quickly judge. This is a very important point, important lesson to take back home, and that is do not judge others. If you feel so, at least give a benefit of doubt. At least give benefit of doubt. Don't immediately jump to conclusion. Don't judge. Don't jump to conclusion. Just give benefit of doubt at least. Yeah. Now I say it takes courage. See, if somebody is making mistake, to stand up and raise your voice and make the point, say that you are wrong. इसको दम चाहिए, courage चाहिए, right? If somebody is making mistake and you get up and stand up and say that you are wrong, Prabhuji, to say that you need guts. But when you make mistake, when we make mistake, and if somebody points out our mistake, to sit down and bend our head, you need double guts, double dam chahiye. To say others you are done mistake is great, it is nice, you need courage. But if somebody says something to us, pinpoints our mistake, you should bend our head and accept that. That requires double guts. That also requires guts. Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. Courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen and accept the mistake. It requires a lot of maturity and internal strength to understand I may be wrong. When somebody says you are wrong, at least understand I may be wrong. The wise man and the fool man. The fool always think I am always right. Wise people listen to advice. So listen to advice, give benefit of doubt, do not jump to conclusion. Now, what happened at the end of this Vali and Sugriva story? So Sugriva meets Lord Ram and seek his help to kill Vali. When Sugriva meets Ram, right? So because of that promise, Ram kills Vali, and Vali was on his deathbed, and he asks Ram about his mistake. So Vali kills Ram kills Vali, and Ram also comes in front of Vali, and Vali asks Ram, why did you kill me? Then he explains, you did mistake, you made a judgment and all those things. So then Vali accepts the mistake. And 3 important steps for a healthy relationship. So Vali, he tells Ram and he calls Sugriva, I am really sorry. I think this is my mistake I have done. So please forgive me. He asks Sugriva, sorry. He says sorry, I accept the mistake. And he tells Sugriva that he calls Angada, his son, and he hands over Angada and his wife, that Sugriva, you please take care of them. Consider that they're your family and take care. And Indra had given him one jewelry. So that jewelry, as long as that jewelry is there, he may not die easily. So that jewelry he gives to Sugriva. And he seeks, he apologizes and he accepts his mistake, and he says, next life, because this life I want to correct my mistake, but now I am ending my life. If at all I have to be born again, I would like to come back as your younger brother and serve you. That's what Vali says. So for any important relationship, to have a healthy relationship, these 3 important steps are very important. First and foremost, accept your mistake. Second, apologize for your mistake. And third, correct your mistake. So Vali did all the 3. Similarly, in our life, whenever we do mistakes, So be ready, quickly try to do these three things. First, accept your mistake, then apologize for your mistake, then try to correct your mistake and don't repeat that mistake again and again. So very important. Be humble to see your mistakes, be courageous to admit them, and be wise enough to correct them. You need to be humble to see your mistakes and be courageous to admit that and be wise to correct them. The problem is actually our ego. Our ego may be thinking that when we accept a mistake, we are giving up. If I accept a mistake now, then I become small. That's what we are thinking. So when we accept a mistake, we are giving up. That's what our ego is thinking. But in reality, we are not giving up, but we are growing up. So we become humble. So I'll conclude with one last story. This is a story about a mother-in-law and a daughter-in-law. So all of you know this mother-in-law daughter-in-law problem. What is the problem? They can never become close. In every family there is a problem. That mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, they always fight. So one girl, the newly wedded girl, she shifts to husband's family, and she is living with husband and mother-in-law. And as soon as she goes there, within few days, mother-in-law's problem starts, and daughter-in-law, mother-in-law problem. And mother-in-law wants some things to do like this one way, she's doing in some other way. So there is always a tug of war. First few days she tolerated, then next she started giving back to her. Why are you dictating me? I know what to do. Like that, slowly within 1 week the fight started, misunderstanding started, and she tolerated for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 months, 6 months she tolerated. And she told husband, I can't stay with your mother. And he says, she has given birth to me, I can't stay without her, you have to be here only. So she understood husband is not ready to come out. So now mother-in-law is not changing. Mother-in-law, that's what I say. In Krishna Lila there are so many asurs, right? Can you name few asurs? Bakasur, Aghasur, Shakatasur, Dhenukasur, and Sasasur. In Kali Yuga, Sasasur. So that is what she was thinking. She is a demoness. So now she decides, this is too much, I can't tolerate further. Now she makes a master plan. Anybody knows what is a master plan? I will finish her, kill her, because I want to live my life. I'm just 25, 26 years. So now if in front of this lady I'm not able to live happily with my husband, so the only solution I'm able to conceive is I have to kill my mother-in-law. Finish it. So she is thinking what to do. Then suddenly she remembers she had one uncle, very wise uncle. He was also a doctor. And she says, better I'll go to that person, he will give the best idea what to do. And she calls and he says, okay, come. She explains the entire story and she tells the uncle, doctor uncle, I want to kill my mother-in-law, so please do something. Then he is a wise person. He says, my dear daughter, yes, I understand your pain, and you say that you also try to tolerate, but you are not able to tolerate, right? Yes, I am not able to tolerate. You want to kill. Yes. Now if you take a gun or a knife and kill her, easily police will come to know. Then rather than you enjoying with your husband, you go and suffer in the jail. Oh yes, I never thought like this. When you are angry, no, you don't think about the consequences. So then she says, yes, so then what I should do? He says, don't worry, I will give you an idea. He gives one powder, and one full dabba he gives to her. He says, this is a slow poison powder. What you should do? Your mother-in-law drinks coffee? Yeah, she drinks coffee. Every day, put 1 spoon morning, 1 spoon in the evening, and it doesn't give any change in the taste. She thinks he is drinking coffee only. With coffee powder, everything, just add this 1 spoon and stir it. Mix it well and feed her. Then what happens? Then you should do this for 6 months. After 6 months, she will die. Nobody will come to know that she has been fed poison. Wow. But there is one condition. Yes, doctor, uncle, I am ready to do anything. Condition is, from today onwards, don't show hatred against her. Every day you say, be very humble. Act, just act. Be very humble. Every day you get up early in the morning, you give the coffee, and because to accept coffee, she should like you, na? For that you start serving her. And whenever she has any pain, you go and give her massage. Do whatever, just serve her. Wholeheartedly, selflessly you serve her. So serve her nicely so that everybody thinks that you have changed person. Nobody believes that you have done something like this. Husband is also happy, mother-in-law is also happy. Only thing is, another 6 months you have to tolerate. After 6 months, whole world is yours. You can do anything you want. She says, doctor, kya idea diya? Thank you so much. And now she goes back. And she keeps that dabba in the safe place. And she goes and begs forgiveness to the mother-in-law, says sorry and cries in front of mother-in-law. Pura natak. And mother-in-law understands this is natak only. And anyway, natak you cannot do, drama you cannot do for a long time. So one day she does drama and she thinks from tomorrow she will again become normal. But she goes back, she serves her and makes sure that coffee is given properly 2 times from her only. And to give that 2 times coffee, she does all other work very nicely. She says, mother-in-law, shall I wash your clothes? Shall I give you massage? You need anything else? Doctor, you want to go? Dentist? She does everything. Mother-in-law is observing 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month. Mother-in-law thinks, actually what I thought about my daughter-in-law was completely wrong. She is actually a good person. After 1 month, mother-in-law completely transforms. She has a complete transformed heart and she starts literally loving the daughter-in-law. Now daughter-in-law and within few days daughter-in-law thought it is a drama, and daughter-in-law within 1 month she understands that mother-in-law literally loves me. And now their bonding becomes so strong, and within 3 months they become best of the friends. And daughter-in-law every time used to talk to her mother, and now she is saying mother-in-law is much better than my mother. And whenever there is a fight between husband and wife or mother-in-law and son, they both favor each other. Now husband is sidelined and mother-in-law and daughter-in-law have become friends. And 3 months, 4 months are over, 5 months are over. Now 1 more month. And suddenly one day she realizes, Arey, every day I am giving poison to her, but I want my mother-in-law, I don't want my mother-in-law to die. Now she is in confusion what to do, because in next 1 month she is going to die. I have made a big blunder of my life. And she runs back to Dr. Uncle. Hey, uncle, beta, what happened? Finished 5 months only. She says, no, 1 more month is left. So then what, you are happy? She says, I am not happy. Why, what happened? Uncle, I was thinking that my mother-in-law is bad. Actually, I was not serving her properly. So I was getting that reciprocation, because now I take care of her nicely. She loves me more than my mother. So what? So what do you want? I don't want my mother-in-law to die. Please do something. Please give me some anti-poison so that I can put again this anti-poison and make sure that she should not die. Uncle, please help me. Uncle is just very gravely looking at her. Uncle, please don't say no to this. Give me something. Give me some solution. I don't want my mother-in-law to die. Or give me some poison, I will die. Then uncle starts laughing. Then, uncle, I'm so serious, you are laughing. This is not a joke, this is very serious, please give me. And uncle says, my dear girl, there was no poison in the dabba, the powder dabba. It was energy drink. From last 5 months, because you fed her with so much of love, now her health problems are also finished. Now she is healthy. Uncle, what are you saying? Uncle says, yes. Beta, the poison was not in the powder. The poison was in your mind. So what I did is, I removed the poison from your mind. So similarly, generally we think this person is not good, that person is not good, because you are not behaving in front of that person very nicely. When you behave nicely, the other person also reciprocates very nicely. Forget about human beings, even animals, even if any dog, even not trained dog also, you just love that dog, give 2 biscuits, 2-3 days, that dog will show that love for you. Whenever it comes in front of you, it will show the tail, right, nagging the tail, and comes and touches you. So animals can reciprocate. Why not human beings? For that, only thing is we should have that good heart to do good for others. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So any questions, clarifications? Was it a good session? Lot of learning. Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
So sometimes
I actually, before that, I'll answer. I gave this one program for a big congregation. Around 400-500 people were there. Everybody liked the program. After that, any questions? One Mataji raised her hand. And I said, yes, Mataji. Where can I get the powder? She asked. Hope that is not your question. Yeah.
Actually, thank you for wonderful presentation. So sometimes in a relationship there may be in equal relationship especially. There are sometimes envious of each other. So one may be envious of each other because there are relations according to our levels. So how to not be envious and not make others envious? That I want.
How to?
So is very important.
Huh?
Sometimes personally also we make others envious. How to create envy in others? Create envy in others. Not.
Okay. See, we cannot create envy in others' heart, and we cannot help them. First, we have to help ourselves first. At least you don't become envious. So, what is there to become envy? Now, when somebody has something better, that is what we need to cultivate, that mood. It requires a lot of conscious effort. For example, one devotee, your peer, he is a better singer. So, rather than envying him, appreciate him. The moment you start appreciating him, what happens? The entire paradigm shift. The life actually changes just by the perspective. I'll give you an example. You are on the top of the mountain. If I push you, what happens? What is your feeling? Feeling is? No. When I push you from the top of the mountain, and fear, there is fear. Why that fear is there? Because there is uncertainty. You don't know what is going to happen. Right? Fear is there because you are going to fall. Whether legs, hands, head, what will break, we don't know. Because there is a fear basically. But if you go and do bungee jumping, in bungee jumping also, you purposefully go and you sign the consent form. Even if I die, no problem, whatever happens. And when you are falling, what is happening? What is your feeling? It is adventurous. See, the same jumping is same. When it is uncertain, it created fear. When you accepted it, it became adventure. Right? Similarly, if somebody is doing something better than me, if I can't accept it, it creates envy. If I accept it, it becomes inspiration. Just acceptance. Right? So, when somebody is fighting, when we accept it, when we don't accept it, you want to fight back. When you accept it, you become humble. So everything is just a matter of acceptance. The moment you accept, fear is transformed into adventure. Envy is transformed into inspiration. See, this is life. Now, as long as you continue to envy, where are you leading? Where are you heading in your life? We need to understand, if somebody, if your friend, if he is better than you, how it is harming you. The question envy comes because it may harm. It doesn't harm. If you appreciate, he will also grow, you will also grow. If you don't appreciate, then that envy continues. Then slowly one day you cannot stay in this place. You have to leave this place. Either you have to leave or the other person has to leave. Then you are losing one person in your life. You want to lose that person? No. Just because he is better than you, accept it. Now take inspiration. Now he is a good singer. So let us take inspiration from him. What do you say, Prabhu? So he is feeling humble. So that is humility. Answers your question? Any other question?
How to, especially when devotees are all living together, how to not, because as soon as somebody does any mistakes, because some standards are also there, and immediately we may perceive that somebody is not following the standards, and we may judge, and we may always carry that perception in our mind, and whenever we see, we always say that this person is like this.
Yeah.
And actually, that comes out in our mouth when we, even when we other things have been discussed, we always point out that he is doing it. And also because of that, we may find
You
fault.
can close this.
We may find fault, and that eventually leads to some strain in the relationship. So, Prajit, for this, when we are living in association of devotees, so one thing is how to avoid, and first thing is what could be the dangerous consequences of behaving like this, and also how to avoid some practical steps.
Yeah. So whenever in the association, the most important thing is we need education and training. So the best solution is, first we need to give education and training how to behave in every situation. So most of the people, they do mistake because they're in ignorance. Most of the mistakes happens in ignorance or immaturity. So as leaders, it is our duty to first educate. Like for example, somebody comes to my house, guest, and my small child, he goes, takes one big rod and hits the guest. So what is understanding? So I should, as parents, I should have given him education and training that whoever guest comes, he should be respectful. So if I have given the education and training, then the child will not do that mistake. So if guest comes, I only go and beat. So then he also knows Papa is beating, I will also go and beat with a chappal also. That's why I say, whenever I speak about Raman, I say, Ram gave his chappal, sandals, to his brother, and brother worshipped the sandals. But in Kali Yuga, if brother gives chappal, he will beat that with that chappal only. So that is Kali Yuga. So here first thing is education and training is required. Second thing is, yes, everybody will commit mistakes. So first time mistake is acceptable. Second time we can go and tell that person. Communication. Most of the problem can be solved with the proper communication, gentle, sweet communication. So this can be solved. Yes.
So, sometime, so in some situations, you may how to stop showing the greatness. Sometimes in some situation you need to show. Sometimes always humble. Sometimes we may show the greatness.
Okay.
Greatness of ourselves. So
Yeah.
that's what we have.
How to stop? Very interesting question. Okay, I will talk about the entire creation. You know, the entire creation, 3/4 is spiritual world. You have heard this? 1/4 you can see in that creation chart, Goloka chart. So 1/4 is only material world, and in 1/4 of the material world, in the Mahavishnu, is sleeping and is breathing, breathe in, breathe out, it's there is from his body pores, each pores one bubble is coming, sweat. So that sweat becoming one bubble, small bubble, big bubble, big bubble, it is becoming one universe. And another pore, another big universe. So like that, there are so many bubbles are coming out. Is all each bubble, and where we are is just one bubble only. This is one universe. In this universe, there are so many Milky Ways, galaxies. There are so many solar systems, and there is one solar system where we are part of. So when you compare yourself, our situation with Mahavishnu, there is so many universes in that one universe, so many galaxies in that, so many galaxies, one galaxy, in that one galaxy there is one solar system, and in that one solar system there are 9 planets. What are the 9 planets? All of you know. And in that Earth is also. And when you compare Sun and Earth, Sun is 300 times bigger than Earth. And like that, Saturn, Jupiter is also biggest. So many other planets are bigger. In that there is one Earth, and in one Earth there are so many continents, and in that there is one continent, and that is Asia. And in one continent Asia there are so many countries, and there is one country called India. And in one India there are so many states, and in that there is one state called Karnataka. And in that one state there are so many cities, and in that one city is called Hubli. And in one city, in that Hubli, there are so many areas, and there is one area called Deshpande Nagar. And in one Deshpande Nagar, there are so many of bungalows, houses, and there is one small house. Hare Krishna Sankirtan Satsang. And in that there are so many rooms, in that one hall. And in one hall there are so many devotees. And in that one boy, and he thinks he is great. In what way we are great? In what way we can even think we are great? What have we done? What have we achieved? We are zero. When you compare Earth in front of, in the solar system, Earth, it looks like one mustard seed. In that mustard seed, you can't even see yourself. And I am thinking I am great. There is no reason to feel great. Where are we great? Prove one point, you prove me. When we say with respect to creation, we are nothing, we are useless, we are insignificant. If you die, if I die, nothing happens to this world. World will become better. Well will go on very nicely. So there is no reason to feel great. There is all reasons to feel humble. There are no reasons to feel great, but there are all reasons to feel humble. So be humble. एक से बढ़कर एक, one ಮರಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮರ ದೊಡ್ಡದಿದ್ದೇ ಇದೆ. So I am thinking I am great, but there are so many people who are greater than us. You give me your greatness in any one thing, I will tell you the masters in that. If you are a good speaker, there are so many good speakers. If you are looking handsome, there are so many better looking people than us. If you think I am intelligent, there are so many intelligent people. They know Bhagavad Gita shlokas, 700 shlokas in and out. From top to bottom, bottom to top, they can recite. So you give me any one characteristics of your greatness, I will prove that there are better people also. So when we consider ourselves, we become humble. So that is why when we understand the reality, we don't feel great. Great is boss is sitting there, big boss. So he is great. And all devotees who are worshipping, taking care and practicing in the path of spirituality, they are great. You can feel greatness. Be very proud about yourself because you are part of the great process, great movement. That greatness you have, and that greatness you share with others also. And don't think I am the only person. I am the only person who is great. That is a problem. I am great because I am in the path of great. I am in the great path. That is a right consciousness. Okay? Okay? Anything else? Kushal Prabhu. Yes. Kushal Prabhu doesn't speak. If he speaks, I feel so happy.
in our mind is there must be the poison. That poison is removed by our own effort or God's will.
So first of all, we need to identify, yes, I have poison. Second thing is, if we do not know how to remove that, we should take guidance from seniors. That is why we need counseling. So the entire concept of counseling is for what? Is to help us remove our negativities, negative thought process. Basically, this poison is nothing but negative thought process. So now you were saying that this question was very nice, genuine question. I feel I am very great. But when you understand the reality, when I give the comparison with the creation, where am I? You don't feel like feeling. That's all. It's just just a perspective. So in this house, I am thinking I am great. But when I compare this house to the entire creation, I am so small. So there's a perspective. Once you get the right perspective, then positive. The poison will get cleared and you will get more positive thoughts. That's it. Okay? Yes, Prabhu.
So sometimes, like perspective, so really, if somebody, sometimes we perceive that somebody is judging us. So how to actually adjust our perspective in that situation? If we are sometimes really judged, or sometimes because like devotees are growing, so and of course the everything is evolving, so their consciousness is evolving, their mistakes are getting worse, and at some point, so if somebody is felt that they are being judged or discriminated or minimized, so how to change that perspective and how to find encouragement there, and what a person who is feeling so what he can do in that situation, and like how to in this situation how to.
Okay, many times we are judging other person that he is judging us. He may not be even judging also. He might have said something. My phone is ringing, just keep it silent, bro. So he might have not been judging only. We are thinking that he is judging. Possibility. First possibility is that he may not be judging. Yes, maybe he might have spoken some words that by that words I am feeling that he is judging. So first level is he may not be even judging. Second level, if at all he is judging, if you feel so, we can go and have communication. Now we are 10-15 people here. All are close friends, right? So if he is judging me, why can't I go and ask him, Prabhuji, morning when I am doing after the service, during that service, you spoke that I felt you have judged me. Is it right? Is this understanding right? Have you thought like this? So actually I didn't do with this intention. So we can correct. So please tell me, I want to improve. If you ask this, things are clear. Now what is happening when you go and ask frankly, that person also feels that this person is so genuine. He is very conscious about his mistakes. He also feels happy. If he is mistake from his side, he also feels happy and he will tell you why he thought like that. Then you can clarify. And when you actually go and talk, the mistake might be yours also. Chances are there. The problem, all this problem is coming that I am right. That is why you are thinking that he is judging me. You may be wrong also, na? I may be wrong. So when you go and talk to the other person, he may say that, Prabhu, that is the way to do that. Actually, I wanted to come and slap you, but I controlled myself and I at least spoke some words. That means he has done a great service for me. He didn't slap me. So like that, then we feel grateful. I'll tell you another interesting pastime from Ramayan only. When this Maricha he came as a golden deer. So then Sita told Ram, I want that deer. And Rama said, okay, I'll go and get it. Lakshman said, Bhaiya, don't do that. It is when I see the Hava Bhava, the gestures of this deer, I understand that this is Mayavi. It's a demon only. Then Ram said, it's okay. In the entire life, Sita has not asked anything since marriage. First time she is asking something. So if it is a real deer, I'll get it. If it is a demon, I will kill. You don't worry. But make sure that you stay here only and take care of Sita. Don't leave this place. He goes and Mayavi demon runs. Ram runs behind it. Then Mayavi demon screams like Ram helplessly. Lakshman, Sita, help me. And Sita tells Lakshman, Ram is in danger, go and help. And Lakshman says, no, Ram cannot be in danger. You don't know who is Ram. Then Sita says, no, you should go and help. Again, after some time, 2 minutes, again Maricha is crying, mimicking Ram and crying. So, Lakshman, Sita, please help me, I am going to die, something like that. Then Sita becomes completely disturbed. She says, Lakshman, go, get him. And Lakshman says, don't worry, Sita, nothing will happen, Babiji, you take care. Then Sita gets wild. I am telling you, you have to go now. Lakshman says, no, I cannot go. Then Sita tells Lakshman, now I understand. You wanted to enjoy me when Ram is not there. That is why you want Ram to die so that you can enjoy me. She questions his character. And Lakshman says, oh God, what are you saying? This is not correct. Okay, anyway, I am going. So at least you stay very carefully. And he goes. And by the time Ram has killed Maricha, and Ram says, Lakshman, what are you doing here? Why did you come? I told you clearly, don't come. Why did you come? Lakshman says, no, because you are screaming. He says, you feel you are very fearful. You are a Kshatriya. The bow and arrow is not there for show. It is to fight. And you are like a woman, you are wearing that. You should be bold enough. And Ram questions his competence. Sita questions his character, Lakshmana's. In life, these two things are very important, competence and character. And that too, Treta Yuga time, if somebody questions that, you should better to commit suicide. Because they live their life based on these two things. First is character, second thing is competence. And both are questioned, not by enemies. His most worshipable brother and sister-in-law. Sorry, Babiji. So, Lakshman tells, no, this is what happened. Then he tries to convince both of them because Ram was also angry, Sita was also angry. He could not do anything. Then he comes back, then Sita is kidnapped by that time. Entire Ramayan happens. Then finally, Sita was found. Sita is brought, the Rama and Lakshman, everybody goes and if I was in Lakshmana's position, when I was reading this Ramayan, I was thinking, if I would have been in Lakshmana's position, after meeting Sita, first I would tell Ram, everybody give me 5 minutes. Sita ji, beto. पहले clarify करूँगा. उस दिन क्या बोला था? You want me to enjoy? What is this nonsense you are speaking? See, I have proved myself. Yeah, I always treated you like mother. He never spoke after that. What inspired Lakshman to do that? He never brought back the topic also. It's a great lesson for us to learn. Never judge a person's intention when he is in tension. Can you repeat? Never judge a person's intention when he is in tension. Because when in tension, some words will come out. Don't take that and judge that. That is the intention of that person. No. Intention thoda. Like when water, when it is boiling, when water is boiling, what comes? You see bubbles, right? Then you are judging water. Hey, what is this? You are giving bubbles. It is in tension, pressure. Heat is there below. When somebody is in heat, stress, that situation, they will show that bubbles will come. After leave the water for some time. After some time, it will cool down. You can see the liquid state very nicely. That's all. Does that answer your question?
And I get this question, and I was thinking on this one, Lakshman's situation. So, I was just thinking why could not Lakshman clarify in this situation also, and some other Mudrasura situation. There also it's the clarification, or whether it is like they tolerated the extent of tolerance so much that they did not feel the need for clarification giving. Or why they...
No, he is clarified, but at that time Sita was not in a position to accept it. It is not that he tried. The moment he heard that statement itself, he was hurt. How can you say like that? I always treated like I gave up everything. Simhasan, the Rajya, he was a big Kshatriya, fighter, everything to serve you, and you are saying this. And still she said no. But then why you are not going to? Sita's logically speaking, Sita is also right. Brother is dying and I am asking you to go and help. You are not helping. Why you are staying back? Why are you staying back? Go and help. Then you are saying, no, 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 he will be taken care, he will nothing will happen. No, he is crying. He is helplessly crying. So as per Sita's perspective, she is also right. Lakshmana's perspective is also right. Is it logical? It is psychological. That's all. They tried to explain, it did not work out at that time because, as I said, water was boiling. Why it is boiling? Why it is giving bubbles means, yeah, it is in a boiling situation. Hello, after some time, everybody will understand. Okay? Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveda Bhakta ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Thank you very much.